you need to definitely hear this. No signature is forge proof. If you're sitting there and wondering, Imran, I want to make my signature complicated, I want to make my signature fancy, and you know why? Because I don't want anybody to copy it. With my 19 years of experience, I have never come across a signature which is a forge proof. I have personally seen top bureaucrats, ministers' signature getting forged, and yours is not less of it. So now that we know it's not a forge proof signature, keep your signature simple. You know why? Many people ask me this question, Imran, you seem to be an expert and you do such an amazing work. I'm sure your signature is fancy and very, very, artistic. But I will tell you, no, my signature is very simple. The question is, why will I write something which I'm not? And why will I sign something which I'm not? So that's why allow me to share with you what makes a signature simple. And you know why? Because the word simple is your language, but in my language of handwriting analysis, we say that the way your signature should be, it should be more authenticated. What does slant signature or handwriting depict about it? If you closely look at your handwriting and signature, one thing which is going to really stand out is the way your handwriting is slanting towards. When I say slant, it's not just about the right. It could be straight, it could be towards the left, it could be the right. So for a handwriting analyst, how much right is also very important. And if it is going to the left, how much to the left is also very important. In fact, we actually use a protractor to identify at what degree is your slant of your signature or your handwriting is, giving away about you. Now, the question is, Imran, why is it so important and what is the importance of your slant in the handwriting? See, slant basically talks about your expression quotient. So if I really have to understand about you, you get angry, I get that. But what do you do when you get angry? Your slant talks about it. You're excited, you're happy. How do you express this emotion? You're depressed, you're feeling unworthy, all the different emotions. How does it show up? And do you know, some of us are very amazing at withholding emotions. Like there might be an entire storm going on in your head, but nothing shows up on your face. You know why? Because there is something about your slant in your handwriting and signature actually talks about you being a person who's withholding the emotion. So slant does play an important role. But the question is, Imran, do I need to make it right or the left or the straight? For that, you need to be watching more about understanding what exactly this is communicating about you, because I'm not here just to tell you what is right or wrong about it. I'm here to first educate you about what is it really saying about you and how is it serving the purpose in your life. Is there anything called ideal signature? If yes, what signature looks like? Okay. In simple language, there's nothing like an ideal signature. My answer for that question would be that what signature works for you is the right question. You don't really have to create an ideal signature, but all I'm asking you to do is to consider doing a power signature for yourself, because I want your signature to speak what you want it to speak, because your signature is speaking without even you being aware of it. So let's get that communication right, and let's get your signature right. So that's the ideal signature for me. As a teenager, what changes should I do in my writing so that I can achieve success faster? My suggestion would be, don't make any changes in your handwriting or signature if you're not at 17 years of an age. Why so? Because allow your natural personality to get formed. Be open for the influence of people, the society, the environment to happen, and let that progress happen gradually. And I don't want you to interfere in the natural progression of who you are becoming as a person. But yeah, I do have a program which I work with kids, helping them to develop their handwriting, getting the strokes right so that they can influence the subconscious mind at the early stages. Okay, so why do we seek validation is simply because we need somebody to blame if something does not go right. Okay, so it's like this, I want to take a decision. I know I want to invest that money, but I'm still looking for somebody to validate this decision. So I go to people, I say, you know what, I'm looking at doing this type of an investment. What do you have to say about it? And people say yes, and it adds on to your validation. And you go take a decision, you put your money there, and for some reason you lost the money or you do not make the profit the way you wanted to, and it something goes wrong, you always have, you know what, I did not wanted to do it, but I did it because of that person or he validated that, and that's why we do it. So my understanding about validation, it comes from low self-esteem. And also, many times you know what you want to do, and the validation is because you're not really considering yourself worthy enough of making a decision. That's why you're looking for, higher intelligence in your life. You're looking for higher authorities in your life to validate your decision so that you can go and take that step. Give yourself the validity or give yourself permission to fail. I think that's a way to get started. Why do we procrastinate? Many of us have a misunderstanding of procrastination. How do I look at procrastination is I look at it from three different stages. The first stage is, as human beings, it's very natural that we postpone things which are unpleasant in nature. What do you mean by that, Imran? Unpleasant means things which you don't enjoy doing. Maybe getting some paperwork done, or maybe visiting a government office, or getting your passport renewed, or getting your license done. So can you see that the thought itself is that, yeah, let me do it tomorrow. The second stage of procrastination is that you postpone because you're just it's from a thought level first. It's like you're sleeping and you're getting up and you're thinking, okay, you know what, let me not go to the work today, let me call it off, let me not do that. You're just procrastinating on the thought level, but you'll eventually get up and go. Can you see that there? Yeah, this is the first step towards procrastination. But the third step is the most important one. You postpone everything. So that's procrastination. And as a handwriting analyst, when I look into your handwriting, I exactly know which level of procrastination you have in your life. And by the way, it's not about you being lazy. It's basically many of us lack the right value system. We lack the right spur towards achieving things. We don't have a larger goal. We don't have what you're aspiring to become. And that's why we don't get motivated to start our day or do things on a regular basis. So one of my invitations for people is that I see a leader in you, and all that you need to do is start being that leader. And how do you do that is allowing yourself to take those actions, because one of the best ways to deal with procrastination is start taking actions, start creating results, and those results will give you enough motivation to take more action. And that's how a beautiful cycle gets created out of it. To discover more about your signature, what is a simple signature, what do you mean by authenticity in a signature, do attend my signature masterclass. More details about that in the video below.